This November, Sacramento residents will elect 3 new council members, meaning there will be a new representative for nearly half of the city council districts. Thanks for joining us for Fox 40 News at 5:30. I'm Eric Harriman.
And I'm Nikki Lorenzo. These changes come as the redistricting process and the new boundaries already have an impact. In District 1, Lisa Kaplan and Alyssa Lozano are vying to replace Angelique Ashby, who is running, of course, for state senate. In District 3, Karina Talamantes and Michael Lynch are running to replace Jeff Harris, who no longer resides in his district due to redistricting. And in District 5, Katie Maple and Tamiko Heim are running to replace Jay Chenier, who is not seeking re-election.
Fox 40's Sincere Tonsel introduces us to all 6 of those candidates.
54 days, 5 hours, 44 minutes, and 17 seconds until the polls close on November 8th at 8 p.m. Bahus County.
That's how much of the campaign was left when we first started talking to the candidates who might sit on the most remixed Council Sacramento seen in the last 12 years.
Well, welcome to Sacramento. I'm Karina Talamantes. You can find me on Facebook.
Some have been trying to woo voters for just a few months.
When I decided to come in to the race was late February.
Others
for almost 2 years.
With folks in Sacramento accounting for 75% of the almost 9,300 unhoused people identified in the county's latest point-in-time tally, candidates for every district put homelessness at the top of their priority lists.
We know that what we have tried to do has been not effective. So Measure O, yes, I support.
I am supportive of Measure O. It is a start. It's not a solution.
Recognizing there are challenges with the controversial ballot measure the current council's decided on to address homelessness, all the candidates backed the item, uniting the city and county to provide social services while upping shelter capacity. All of them except one.
I am not supporting Measure O.
One difference between Katie Maple, a business consultant and former Oak Park Neighborhood Association president, and Tamiko Heim, the woman she's taking on in District 5, who's done everything from accounting to infrastructure planning for the state, is what they'd like to tackle beyond homelessness and public safety.
I think really one of the things is we haven't done right is really put that onus on the infrastructure of Sacramento and how people get around. We need to have ways for people to bike. We need to have ways for people to get on a bus and it not take 3 hours for them to get to a space or get to work and get to their kids to school.
The militarization of our police force, that's something I've been very outspoken about for years. I've actually written on it as well. I think that we're not at war with our communities, right? Police are important. They play an important role. They respond to crime and we definitely need that. But we also need to be focusing on prevention.
With his nonprofit Improve Your Tomorrow, council candidate Michael Lynch has already made prevention and youth support his life's work. Efforts many say are needed in the challenged areas of South Natomas and Northgate of the newly redrawn District 3.
One of my friends was shot and killed when I was 17. So when folks talk about victimization or the experiences of gun violence on a community, I understand. I have a unique experience because I grew up in a community that was historically under-resourced. Affordable housing per door is costing about $500,000. $500,000 per door to build affordable housing. So we have something wrong with our system of finance. So as a city, we have to make it where we can build a climate where folks can build.
Lynch's District 3 opponent is no newcomer to Natomas' issues, serving as chief of staff for Vice Mayor Angelique Ashby, who's now running for state senate.
Let's talk about the change that I've been part of. We've built 10 new parks. We brought a Fortune 500 companies.
Karina Talamantes says there is no time for a leadership learning curve in D3 and challenges ideas that her seat will be about protecting privilege.
We're here in a rose garden in Natomas, and a lot of people are going to think, of course, there's a rose garden in Natomas. How are you going to be a council person for the entire city, as opposed to an area that people consider to be privileged?
Well, this is South Natomas. It's a working class community. When I vote yes or no, I will explain to people how and why I arrived to my conclusion, and that includes looking at planning projects in Meadowview. When we all rise together. And that's what we need to do.
Attorney and District 1 candidate Lisa Kaplan believes the way for all of Sacramento to rise is for everyone to give back to the community. That's what she's tried to do during 20 years as part of the Natomas Unified School District Board, president at the start of the pandemic.
And my grandma, I was really close to, and she would be, Lisa, we don't complain. What's your solution?
With a recent string of killings in what's long been considered the safest part of Sacramento, public safety is a priority for Kaplan, but she says that has to be balanced with what else is lacking here.
Understanding the little things here of as we build out, where do our families go for birthday parties? They go to Roseville or West Sac.
Kaplan's challenger for District 1, Alyssa Lozano, is a career real estate agent and is the current president of the Natomas Chamber of Commerce.
I didn't take any real estate money. You know, I don't have the real estate backing that my opponent has. Then also, one of my top priorities is our infrastructure. You know, making sure that we have the proper infrastructure in place, following through and finishing out our parks. We have to figure out a way to work together.
With ballots already out, voters will start checking their boxes soon. Sincere Tonsil, Fox 40 News.